Hello everybody, my name is Captain Smooth McFunk, but feel free to call me the Captain. It might make it a little easier to say to your friends and stuff. Anyway, as you can tell, we're going to be playing a little game that I personally really enjoy. It's called Dark Souls. I'm sure you had already gathered that information from the lovely title screen we got going on here. This is not a blind Let's Play. I've played through a good chunk of this game. Haven't beaten it, so once we get to a certain point, it's going to be blind. That'll be exciting. I've also got the Artorias of the Abyss expansion. Once we get rolling here, once we get far enough, we're going to dig into that. Should be a lot of fun. So, anyway, let's begin. We'll do a new game here. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've played this a lot of times. So I'm going to delete, let's get rid of that one. Okay, so we'll enter a name. Let's just do Captain, since that's the handle, and this will be a good way to start us off. Alright, you know what? No. Female heroes are awesome, so we'll do that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start as a pyromancer. They have the lowest soul level. I don't know if you guys noticed that on your many playthroughs. I'm sure a lot of you have. But I'm going to start at the lowest soul level possible, soul level 1 up there, so I can get as much as I possibly can out of my souls. Sure, we'll just do a commoner. Let's give her a sweet ponytail. Purple's cool. Alright. So we have Captain the Female Pyromancer. Oh, you may have noticed I started with the Master Key. If you've never played this before, that is like the only starting gift. I know it looks like there's a bunch more, but with the Master Key you can skip a couple areas, and I'll talk about that when we get there. So yeah. Let's start here.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
All right. That's most of the lore we're getting. It's going to do another cutscene here in a second. I'll let it play through that before I talk anymore.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
And here we are.
Is your fate.
And we're right into gameplay here. You may have noticed that this does not look very much like the character that we created just a few minutes ago. That is because we are undead, as it mentioned in those first couple of cutscenes, and what that means, I can show you, is that we bear the dark sign. You see those? Whoa! See those little tendril things on our character's chest? That is tendrils of the dark sign, and you'll notice that all of the other hollow people wandering around. I guess hollows are people, but all of the zombie people wandering around here have that on them. So you can kind of see it on that guy. It's hard to get a good angle. There it is. You can see he's got those same tendrils on his chest. That's because we are all bearers of what is called the dark sign, which, as they explained, upon death revives whoever is branded with it. So you're cursed to live in undeath, I suppose, forever. Fun tidbit, this guy is a repaint of two of the other bosses that I know of in this game. There might be one more, I'm not sure. But this is a repaint of the Asylum Demon, which is coming up, and another guy that is just an absolute pain. On one of my other characters, I'm stuck on him right now. He's just not a fun time. I'm gonna kind of whiz through this area. This is like the tutorial, and I've already wasted almost 10 minutes on cutscenes and stuff. And I suppose it's not wasted. But we've already spent about 10 minutes on cutscenes and lore. So I'm just gonna kind of blow through all this. You may notice there's some rumbling. But you can't see anything in here, right? Check this out. Yeah, we are not equipped, as you probably noticed, to fight this guy. We just have a broken sword right now. I do have up there on top of my little item select thing, a thing that says Fireball. That's where your spells go. And believe me, I would love to be using Fireball right now, but I don't have my Catalyst. I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this, as I'm saying these things, are just like, duh. Because I'm sure you've seen people play this, or you've played it yourself. But you know, for those of you that haven't, I'm kind of explaining things as I go along. And I apologize if I'm navigating these menus really quickly. There's a lot of information to take in on those. And after you play for a long time, you figure out what's important and what's not. That's a backstab, by the way. If you get right behind an enemy and attack, it'll do a critical. It's technically called a critical strike. But it's a backstab maneuver, essentially. Very useful. Before you do anything else over here, I recommend doing this. As you can see, it opens up into the area right before the Asylum Demon that just jumped down off the ceiling. And it creates a nice little shortcut. The FromSoft is really good about making shortcuts. Okay. Now, I don't know how well you can see this, because I know YouTube makes stuff kind of dark. But as you can see, as you can or cannot see, there's a big ball sitting at the top of these stairs. So this is a dangerous spot. You got to do this really carefully. If you run off, the ball will roll right through this wall. There it is. You can see it comes to rest right here. I guess it's iron. It looks kind of rusty. But over here in the light, we have this guy. And you may recognize him as the guy that dropped the cell key down into our cell earlier.
Oh, you. You're no hollow, hmm? Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
So, I always say yes here. It's important to do that. I don't know what happens if you say no. I guess you can come back and say yes, or just leave him.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
All right.
Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
Okay, so as you may have noticed, people have said this word hollow quite a few times now. That's an undead who has lost their purpose, and they have gone insane because they have no further purpose in this land of Lordran. And a lot of other NPCs are going to tell us that they don't want us to go hollow. So there's a difference between undead like this and hollow like these guys. All right. So let's go ahead and slap this in our right hand. Ugh. God, I wish there was rally in this game. I've been playing a lot of Bloodborne lately. So my chops at Dark Souls are not quite what I want them to be. So this could be kind of rough at times. But I'm going to do my best to make this a relatively low death playthrough. Let's see if we can do... Oh, nope. We'll just do this number. Whoa. Somebody's getting restless in there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call it right here for now. I know I haven't done much, but we should have a fairly exciting episode next time. Anyway, I will put up the second video later on. I'm not going to make you guys wait another day to see me fight this boss. So, until a little bit later, you guys keep watching other Let's Players, keep checking out this channel for more updates. I'm going to hopefully do a Terraria playthrough, Dark Souls 2 with all the DLC from that. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.